So when it comes to budget anything, the opinions are going to be strong and across the board. When I asked that question on the forums, I kind of already had my own opinion, and I knew with my own experiences whether these budget winches were worth it or not. But I just wanted to kind of get a snapshot of what the community felt. And I got everything from, well, it's better than no winch at all, to these budget winches are garbage and you should never ever get them because when you're out there and you need it, it's going to fail on you. And the reality of the situation is, these are actually good. All these budget winches are made in the same factory in China. When you look at the X-Bull here, I installed it January of 2018. It's been a really good winch. It's never failed me. I've had to use it extensively a few times. When I was up at the Overland Festival in Pennsylvania, I attempted a trail that I shouldn't have in this big beast, and it came in and saved my life in a pinch. Now, there are a few faults with these. They may fail on you, but so will the expensive winches. There's this misconception that your Warrens or your Ramseys will never fail and they'll last for 5 lifetimes. And you know, that is partially true. They will last a long time. They are built a little bit better and they're weather sealed a little bit better. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to maintenance and taking care of your products. These winches right here, I threw this winch on, never have touched it, haven't oiled it, haven't taken care of it, and every time I need to use it, it works. Now, the issue with this winch that I have had is there is a wireless remote, and I don't prefer the wireless remotes. This FIERYRED winch here that I'm getting ready to show you also comes with a wireless option. The shielding on these are not the best, and sometimes RF interference will set these off momentarily. Here's the funny thing about the FIERYRED, and it also proves my point that these are all made in China at the same factory. The instruction manual that comes with the FIERYRED actually has the picture of this X-Bull winch on the front. It doesn't say X-Bull, it says electric winch, but it shows the controller that the X-Bull winch came with, it shows the top module that the X-Bull winch came with, and it shows the lever over here that the X-Bull winch came with. Now, the FIERYRED is an updated version of this. If you look at the housings are almost identical, but again, there are a few differences. The switch to select neutral, reverse, forward is different. The control box with the solenoids is also different, but essentially it's the same exact winch, just a few different components, and the housings have changed on one side and they've updated a few things. With that being said, I wholeheartedly feel that you can get one of these budget winches and rest easy that it's going to work for you when you need it. If you spend $2,000 on a Warren winch, they're nice, and only about 2 or 3 of those are made in the USA, the most expensive ones, and then there's one Ramsey winch that's also made in the USA, but everything else has been outsourced mainly to China. And again, same factory, one end of the winch you have the lower end, lower components, budget winches, and then the other end of the factory you have your Smitty builds, and some of even your Warrens are made in China. So we're going to go ahead and throw this on, and then we'll talk about what all this comes with and the specs of this winch. So the process to put this on is identical to how I just took that off. The one nice thing is that the FIERYRED comes already wired. When I got the X-Bull, it did not come already wired, so I had to do all this myself. The way you put these on in all winches, you're going to slide the nuts down here in the bottom, and then you just set it on, and then find the nut with the bolt and cinch it down onto your winch plate. And just like that, we have it on. Now, I'm not going to use the included hook. I prefer to use D-rings versus hooks. I do carry the hooks with me in the event that I need them for a backup, but a D-ring is just more strong. So how this operates is, and here's the funny thing, now it doesn't come with any instructions. It comes with a set of instructions that match my old X-Bull winch that I just took off. This right here is not even on the instructions. but I'm pretty sure I know what this is for. So there's a spot over here that you're going to plug in your cord, and I believe this is the wireless module right here. So if we plug this in, we should now have power. And disengage, it says here, is down. So we're going to see if we can pull it. So we got this up. We're going to pull it up. It says that this is supposed to be engaged, but again, the instructions aren't very clear. Wireless, you have to click wireless on. All right. So that does work. Let's take this box off. So this right here solves the problem. So what I was worried about with this winch was the same as my other one, is that it would randomly just kind of do its own thing. This right here is the wireless control module, so you no longer have to worry about that. So that's a positive thing. Put this down, go in, there you go, and out. So the fact that they added this wireless module here that you can just pull off has really now made this a solid solution. In fact, I can 100% recommend this, especially for the price point, because this is about between $350 and $390, somewhere in that price range. And it just kind of is definitely worth the money, cost-benefit analysis-wise, because if you spend $2,000, even if you get a budget Evo worn winch, you're going to be spending $1,200. You can still buy 3 of these for that price. And the other option you have is going to be to plug directly into the controller here, and then directly into the unit with a cord. And there is enough that you can run this into your cab, even with a big truck like mine, and get to it. However, I think that since they have updated this with the newer control module, that the cord you really don't need anymore. This right here I think is going to be the best solution. Now, one of the things about this remote here is they have the on and off for the wireless, and then they also have a little on and off for a flashlight. It's not a bad, it's a decent little flashlight. So now I'm going to clean up tools, and we're going to head out and see if we can find a place to, at a minimum, pay out the line and then put tension on it and pull it in tight to prepare it for whenever we do need to use it. So I come out to Canna Point trying to get an area that I could get off-road so I could spool up the winch and test it out. Everything's blocked off still. I put in for 2 permits to get access, but I haven't been approved yet, so I don't think I'm going to be approved for a while. Everything is just moving really slow with the government here in Hawaii. So unfortunately, I wanted to go out and test this winch for you on this video, but I just don't think it's going to work because of the constraints of where I'm located here in Hawaii. But it's a great winch. You can't go wrong with these winches. Even if they last you 5 years, you can get, 4 of these for the price of one worn. It's all kind of what you want to spend and where your budget is right now. I would say spend the money on tires and save the money on a budget winch versus trying to get a more expensive winch and cheaper tires or something like that. Or invest in rock sliders and tires before. I think a budget winch a winch is the least important. I think tires and sliders are more important. And so if you're on a budget, definitely go for tires and sliders and just go with a budget winch, because they're going to do just fine and it's going to do everything you want it to do. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one, and remember to get outside and explore your surroundings.